Hello. So I know you all have been wondering what our daisies look like. So this is part 2 of our experiment. So I'm going to show you what our daisies looked like originally. I still have some in my bouquet of flowers that I had shown you before. And I have one right here. I'm going to just cut it. So this is what our daisy looked like in the very beginning. You can see bright yellow on the inside and all of the petals on the outside are white. And if you can remember, we put them in 4 different colors last time. And they were inside jars like this one. We had yellow, we had red, we had a blue one, and we also made purple. So in every experiment, sometimes things work and sometimes, sadly, they don't. So this week, I had a really hard time figuring out why our flowers were not really picking up color. They were doing this. If you can see, like here, there's a little bit on the tip. There's a little bit on the tip here. They're not fully dyed a color, but there's some markings that show some blue. And I thought, this was in my purple jar. Why isn't the red showing up? And why is it only streaking some of the petals? Look at this petal right here. See the streaks? They make some dots and they're not, oh, there you go. It's not completely coloring all of the white on the petals. So I thought maybe last time we used a gel. Remember this little pot? And I squeezed this out, mixed it with the water, and I thought maybe the gel doesn't work as well as like the stripped dye that you would use. This isn't gel, this is a liquid. When you pour it, it would disperse into the water as a liquid instead of the gel when it had that long string that you had to stir in. So what I did was I took some small cups that we used in another experiment. I poured some of my liquid into the cup and put a little tiny bit of water. So it was more dye, less water. I thought maybe our jars were too big, too much water, not enough dye. So I was going to condense it into a small amount. Friends, it seemed to work a little bit. I'm going to show you. This one's blue. And it's lightly, I have a paper towel because I don't want to get all of the dye. I already got dye on my hands. It kind of tinted the blue a little bit. I don't know if you can really see how good that is. It streaked from the beginning when I put it in the big container because this was the solid blue jar. But when I put it in the light cup, the smaller one, it's only been in there for a couple hours and it's already starting to turn the petals more of a blue than before. Same with our yellow. Can you see where it's actually started? The yellow before I changed cups didn't do anything. It was still white. There was no dots, no streaks, nothing. And this, you can see the yellow is starting to go on the outside. I had dipped those. But I can also see that there's a light yellow coming out. So it's not as bright and vibrant of a yellow like these daisies, but it's not a pure white anymore. So then I tried thinking, if it's not going to soak up through the stem, what if I dip my white petals into the dye base. So I tried it with this big jar, this is the one that we made purple. And I took my daisy and I dipped it and I pushed it in the water, and I've been letting it soak to see if maybe it will soak in. So I'm going to drop off some of the dots and I'm going to dab it on the paper towel. And it kind of works. There's a little bit of purple over on this side. It's not a bright purple, but over here you can see there's a little bit. It's darker down here than it is up here. So this part was submerged more in the water than the top part. So I'm going to keep that going and see maybe if it will color the dye. I did it with the red one as well. And look at this one. I did the same thing as I did with the purple. I dipped it in the red dye. And look. It is starting to turn as well. So what I'm going to do is we're going to try it again. I'm going to leave these little jars or little cups. Look at this one. This is, again, the purple. See how it's pulling it out just a little bit? I'm going to leave these in these little cups that have more dye than water. And then in a day or two, I'm going to do another video and we're going to see if maybe the first time my jars were just too big and there was too much water. Do you think that might be why? I don't know, friends. So I will come back in a couple days and we'll see if I was right and changed my idea to make it work the right way. All right, we'll find out.